Welcome to I Said What I Said. I'm Brad Wakai. That's Tyson Gentry. Okay. We're in the saddle for our betting episodes. Guys, it's been a while, and if you're just tuning in, if you just found us on YouTube, if you just found us on Spotify or Apple or however it works there, Tyson and I have been off for, I'm looking at our history here, 5 weeks, Tyson. And people might be wondering, because that was the week, as I'm looking back, that TCU Arizona State didn't hit the over when I was at that game on Friday night. And then it followed up with Penn State losing and double overtime against Oregon. So now I'm thinking, this is just bringing a bad memory. So I'm glad we're just putting that in the past and we're back in the saddle ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, none of the stuff that's happened over the last 5 weeks has happened to us.
So what Tyson normally and I do is we're transparent on the show. We give you an idea of how we did last week. We count up our units, let you know where we're at in the season. But since it was so long ago, we're not going to give you a recap of week 5. I mean, does anybody even know what happened back then? You know what I mean? So here's what we're going to do. I'm just going to give you an update on where we stand for the season thus far. And I got to tell you, folks, it's been a rough one because I did not have a good week 5. Tyson did not have a good week 5. So I'm down 8.23 units on the season. Tyson's better than me. He's down 2.83 units on the season. So as a podcast, we're down 11.06. Again, I think things could have gone different ways, but at the end of the day, you are what your numbers say you are. And Tyson and I got to turn it around here, come down the back stretch.
And Brad won't tell you this, but he went undefeated in the 5 weeks since the last episode. So he's up about 40 units.
Yeah, let's go with that. But let's try to make some cash roll back here on the podcast. Without further ado, you guys know what time it is.
It's money-making time.
Okay, Tyson, I'm giving you the box because you had a better week 5. I'm going to stop saying that so we don't look like we're slacking, but you're going to go first this week.
Yeah, it's nice to be back on the T-Box. It's been a long time. Staying small this week. I'm starting it off. My play of the week is going to be an over here in the Oklahoma-Tennessee game. John Mateer doesn't look like he's back all the way from that bone injury. Maybe a get-right spot in Neyland. I think that anytime you get the chance to play a Tennessee high-leverage situation over, you got to do it.
Tyson, I was so close to being right there with you, and then the Mateer injury scared me off a little bit. I think I might play this, though. The more that I'm thinking about it and the fact that you're on it, I think I'm going to join you on there, even though I think that's probably a jinx. But injuries, my play of the week, I'm laying it with Iowa State at home, -7.5, -108 on DraftKings. Sam Leavitt, done for the year. He just got season-ending surgery. That team without Leavitt, man. Jordan Tyson was really the only weapon on the outside for Arizona State, and that was with Sam Leavitt. And so with the fact that he's not there, I just don't know how they're going to be able to move the football on the road against a pretty stingy Iowa State defense. Not great, but that's a tough place to play. I think Iowa State puts one up here on Arizona State, and maybe we're looking at Kenny Dillingham potentially bolting for a new location.
Whoa, that's a lot to have happen in one game here. I'm going to go next here to the under 54.5 in the Duke and Clemson game, right on what the S&P Plus says this game score is going to be. But I really don't know what we're getting. Two teams coming off of a bye. Duke beat them last year 28-7. It was like a big deal at the time. This one feels like if Duke won, isn't even an upset. It's an upset in name, probably, but not really like how good these teams are. I think with the two of them coming out of bye, Clemson wanted a little get back. Cade Klubnik being questionable, things are pointing towards the under for me.
Yeah, that's it. This is interesting, Tyson, because you look at the defense that Manny Diaz runs at Duke, you'd think like create some havoc, and the fact that Clemson has been underwhelming, I can kind of get there with you, especially because how Clemson looked last week was just so embarrassing on that offensive side of the football. So this will be something to note. And Tyson on the under. I'm going to go here, and I think I'm going to drive you a little crazy. I'm taking Texas -3, -112 on DraftKings against
with or without Arch.
I don't think Arch is going to play, and I'll put it this way: I think Texas might be better without him.
Does the line move?
Here's my thinking on this. If Matthew Caldwell's the quarterback, he threw the ball around a little bit better. If it adds to the offense, Tyson, if we get one smidge better of offense for Texas, this is a much better football team, obviously, because this defense is still really good. They're physical in the trenches. I think they're going to still be able to bully Vanderbilt, even though Vanderbilt's been much better and stronger in the trenches. They want to run the football. But how you beat Texas is spreading them out. Like we saw Mississippi State do that. It's like spread them out, try to get those guys in space. Vanderbilt's not going to do that. So if I get Texas to be able to overpower in trenches and then a better offense with maybe a more suited quarterback this season for that system, Tyson, I'm going to pay to find out, and I'm going to lay the 3 with Texas at home against Vandy.
The internet's saying Texas would win the national championship with 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞. What say you?
I think Texas wins the national championship with any quarterback, according to what everybody was saying the past few years, Tyson.
Oh, goodness. I'm going to go with Texas Tech minus 7.5. Dude, the man is back. Is a Big 12 about to flip? Is Kansas State back? Is all this stuff happen? No, Texas Tech is putting belt to ass this weekend, I think. They were fine. The Big 12 did flip when BYU just refuses to lose football games. And some of the things that we thought the last time that we recorded, we were all in on Texas Tech. This is maybe a little bit more bold of a play, but yeah, man, I just think that this is a game where Avery Johnson and the Kansas State legend from earlier in the year kind of rears its ugly head. I don't think they're back.
I don't think so either, and that's why I'm in this play with you. I'm laying the points with Texas Tech. Joey McGuire talked about the quarterback situation when they played. Was it Oregon State or Oklahoma? It was Oklahoma State, and it was like, Baron Morton could have been back, good play. We held some guys out, and it's like, yeah, you're kind of doing a load management thing almost here because Texas Tech was such heavy favorites against the team. They are ready for this matchup, Tyson. You got to go on the road, go to Manhattan, Kansas. Everybody says it's a tough place to play, which historically it has been. I'm not buying the Kansas State thing. Like, yes, they looked better against Kansas. That thing is the roses off the bloom for Jalen Daniels. I mean, God, how many mistakes can
it's been wilted for a
make?
minute.
Holy smoke. So I think Texas Tech comes in here with better athletes, better players, a better quarterback, and they smash Kansas State. So I'm with you there. If
they can't run the ball, how are they going to score enough to keep up? Like, he's not making mistakes, but Texas Tech has the number 1 rush defense in the country, people. That's something to keep in mind here. And to finish it off, Brad, speaking of number 1 defenses in the country, I'm going with Notre Dame here to smoke Boston College minus 28.5. That's minus 123 on DraftKings. Boston College is 104th in 2025 in rush defense. 300 was put on them last week. 250 over the last 3. Notre Dame is going to come in here, go up big, I think, on Mr. O'Brien and the boys, but they're not going to stop scoring when they start running the football.
That's the thing when you look at Notre Dame. It's like, this is a big number, and they like to run the football. If you can be explosive while doing that, you have a good chance for covering big numbers because you can just rip off a late gamer and then boom, you get another 7 on the board. So Tyson, I was looking at that too. Maybe Bill O'Brien something here, but I don't know.
Where do you have Jeremiah Love compared to a guy like Ashton Jeanty or Marion Hampton coming into the NFL?
Better than Hampton, I think, just a tad lower than Jeanty.
He's good.
He's really good. Speaking of what I just said about Notre Dame, I'm laying the over with Navy and North Texas over 65.5 minus 110. Coming into the season, this Navy team was seen as a favorite in the American. The defense hasn't quite been as good. Like, you can throw the rock around them a little bit, and then when you're looking at North Texas and their ability to do that, you're going to have to watch out on the back end if you're Navy. But on the flip side, explosive running, like you just talked about with Notre Dame, that's Navy to a T. These guys rip off chunk yards. And so, yes, 65.5 with a team that is a run-first unit like Navy, that gets scary. But I think we're going to see a lot of explosive plays in this one. I think 2 offenses are going to move up and down against defensive units that I don't necessarily think are the best. And so I think we're going to see a fireworks show here. I'm taking over 65.5.
I wish they would have waited till next week to rank Navy. Like this feels like we're just giving them one here, but they're undefeated. I'm all out of plays here, so it's on you.
Okay, I got 2 more to finish then, Tyson. And I was like, I'm going to ease back into this thing. And, of course, I got, double the play of Tyson. Of course, that's just how we roll here. I think this line is way too low. I'm thinking Baylor minus 3, minus 118 on DraftKings at home against UCF. Here's the thing, guys. This offense, yes, has not looked as good the past few weeks. Sawyer Robinson's still a really good quarterback. Are we trusting UCF and Scott Frost? Like, all of a sudden, like, he just leaves Nebraska and he goes back down to Orlando and this thing's just a unit? Like, is that what's happening here? I don't buy it. They got to go back out to Texas. I was trying to catch some injury stuff, Tyson. Nothing that really scared me off of this thing, but there's a lot of line movement against me. But this is at the point here for a field goal from Baylor that I think they're going to respond and they're going to beat UCF. And I think they're going to do it by more than a field goal.
Baylor's defense doesn't make any sense to me, so I'm not going to comment on. Like, the SMU got shut out in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so weird.
30.
It's just a strange operation there for Dave Aranda. I think Tyson might be on his last leg, but we'll see what happens.
He's coming home, dude.
He might be coming back to LSU. Yeah. Last play here. I don't think anybody would be shocked about this. And I got a double-edged sword for both reasons here. Ohio State minus 18.5, minus 110 against FanDuel. And Tyson, I don't know how Penn State stays in this game. I mean, seriously, you got a backup quarterback for his second career start, going on the road in the Horseshoe, playing this incredible Ohio State team. Going for back-to-back championships. They're facing a guy, and Matt Patricia is just a genius. Rocket scientist, just steps right in from the NFL. Oh my God, these schemes are just amazing, dude. Like, he's shutting down college quarterbacks, of course, because he was battling Aaron Rodgers. And Brian Hartline just steps right in. Don't even have to worry about Chip Kelly. This is an amazing Ohio State team playing a Penn State team who's lost 4 in a row. They suck. They're never going to hire a coach. That's what everybody's saying online. So how does this not happen? So here's the thing. You can tell I'm being a little facetious. If Penn State comes out and, God willing, pulls off the most insane upset, that would just be incredible. If I could do my part by putting a little jinx on it, that'd be great. But if they get smacked, which I think is going to happen, I might as well make a little coin off it, Tyson.
Here's the thing, is that this isn't even an emotional hedge. Because if Penn State backdoors 17 here, you're mad that they got destroyed.
I should have taken a money line, Penn State.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, but that's it for me, man. The college football, Tyson. There's just so many games on the board that I had to get a little cheeky on with the last one.
Hey, we didn't get a bet against Penn State during that time off, so it's good to take advantage.
Well, I bet on them. I just wasn't on the show, so I had significantly less money in my pocket, unfortunately. Yeah. So, normally we've been doing a parlay at the end. We're again wading our toes back in this thing, so we'll see how this goes. We'll probably have it back up and running next week with the parlay. We're trying to hit one. We were super close on 2 of them, which a little salty for that, if you can't tell through the voice here. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, and share the show, and share it with a friend and enemy. If you're watching on YouTube, smash the like button on the way out. If you're listening in podcast form, 5 stars if you haven't already. We'll be back with our NFL show where we will be giving out some parlays in that front, plus our picks. Try to keep it going. Tyson's been having a really good season, so we'll talk to you guys in that episode. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.